In today's video, I am going to be talking about Steph Curry and why Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter ever in the NBA. So first off, what makes a great shooter? Well, obviously shooting percentage is one, but there's a lot more that comes with being a great shooter, and that is being able to find a shot to be able to take, being able to get open with and without the basketball, and also being able to sneak through defenses and actually have your coach have enough trust in you as a player to be able to hit the shot. There are so many elevator plays that the Golden State Warriors use to be able to get Steph Curry an open three that it is actually mind-blowing. And because of this, because of the ability for Steph Curry to be able to cross over players, be able to get himself an open shot with and without a basketball, he is one of the greatest shooters ever. However, there is still more to that story. The biggest thing that really does emphasize you as a great player is your ability to get multiple threes in a game, but also multiple threes made in a game. So, when we start looking at Steph Curry's stats, it is actually mind-blowing. So at one point, he did have the all-time in-game, single-game record for threes in a game. He had 12, and then, not very long later, about a year later, he got 13 in a single game, which is mind-blowing. That's 39 points in a single game from just three-point shots. That is mind-blowing because after you hit as a player, no matter what level, 3 or 4 threes, the other team is going to start trying to stop you from scoring. And then, the reason why that was so huge was he beat out players like Donyell Marshall of the Toronto Raptors, who hit 12. He beat out players like Kobe Bryant, who had 12. And then he got 13. Many years later, that was eclipsed by Zach LaVine getting 13 and Steph Curry's own teammate, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson got 14. But let's look at how many 11-3 games that Steph Curry has. He has more than any other player ever in the NBA. The only other player that stacks up against Steph Curry hitting 11 threes is his teammate Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson has hit only one game where he had 11, which is amazing. Damian Lillard is closest technically with 2, but Steph Curry has 6 games with 11 threes. When you start going down the list to 10 threes, the list starts getting bigger. You start getting players like J.R. Smith, Joe Johnson, Trevor Ariza. But Steph Curry is on this list as well, multiple times. So, to be a great player, yeah, you can go out and have a game of 11, 12, 13 threes. But can you back it up with more than just that? Are you able to go up against other teams who already know how you play to be able to still score on those teams? But it's not just that. It's also the fact of Steph Curry's shooting percentage. So his free throw shooting percentage is really good. He's a fantastic shooter. He's 90.6% free throw shooter. When it comes to three-point percentage, that really blows up huge. Three-point shooting percentage is ridiculous. If you take 2019-2020 out of the equation, he was injured. He hit over 40% every single season, except for 2019 and 2020, but he was injured. He only played 5 games, so we'll leave that out of the equation. His career three-point shooting percentage is 43.4%, and he attempts an astounding career average of 8.3 threes per game. That's huge, being able to get open, number one, to get that many threes off, to not have your coach sit you down saying you're jacking up too many shots, because of course he's hitting 43%. Why is that number important? Well, if you're shooting over 35%, you're actually a better player or a higher scoring player than if you were to go in for layups. So keep that in mind when you're looking to be a three-point shooter. If you're shooting over 35% in game, not in practice, but in game, then you are a more efficient player offensively. At least when it comes to the numbers. I know there's going to be a lot of people who will be upset in the comments. When you start looking at his three-point attempts in the seasons that he does extremely well, 2015, 2016, he had 11.2 threes attempted per game. In 2020, 2021, he's got 11 threes attempted. In 2018, 2019, he had 11.7 threes attempted per game. These are mind-blowing numbers, especially when you even just look back 12 to 15 years ago, back when I was in high school. And any player who took more than 2 or 3 threes in a game would be sitting saying you're taking too many threes. This is huge. This is why Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. It's because he's able to still get open after all of these years and get his shots. He's got a ridiculously fast release. He can still make the defense honest when he drives towards the rim. Overall, Steph Curry is the best ever. These are my thoughts on why Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. I would love to know your thoughts. Please comment below. And of course, train as hard as you can. Train every single day. Be the best basketball player you possibly can, because you never know when you could become one of the best ever yourself. I'll see you guys again in my next video.